Welcome to the next video as we review Hyperdocs. In this video, we went to the hyperdocs.co website, went to find and samples, and this page contains many samples. So what I'm going to do is go into science, and we're going to look at a Google Slides sample today. Let's try this astronomy one. And I'm just going to open up my Google Keep over here off to the right-hand side just to help keep that list going. The things that we look for in quality hyperdocs. The first thing that comes up on our list is that it is aligned to our learning objectives. And you can see that from the very beginning here, we have the teaching objectives. What is it that the kids are supposed to be learning about? What questions should they be able to answer? So right off the bat, this one is a great example of that. The next thing on our list is that it should be fully resourced. So as we go through, we have the videos that the students would be clicking, the Quizlets that they would be engaging in, things that they can be reading. In this case, it's actually just typed right on there. Everything the students need is already resourced inside of here. Next, it provides space for student response and multimodal response. So in this TEDx, a student would be marking off that they've gone through each of these sessions in a TED Ed talk. On this one, their evidence is going to be in the form of working on a Quizlet, which I would assume this teacher would then have data. Here, this one is, it's under the explain, the engage, explore, explain, ease of learning. Here, students would be typing their response. Right here, this is another explain and read, more typed responses. Okay, so lots of options for students to be responding in different ways. Potential for collaborative whole group response destinations. So this one doesn't quite have that, but a teacher could easily add that in, even by replacing some of these, right? So when we have students try to explain what process it is that forms galaxies, that could just as easily be a Flipgrid thing that students go into, and then they can see what each other have said in response to those. So then the last piece of this is its consistency in use. Do students have a set of color schemes or formats that they're looking at so that they know how to do things just based off of how they look, right? So I would at first be looking at this and say, okay, highlight each word. So whenever I see check marks, I know that I'm supposed to highlight words to check off that I'm doing those things. I would be thinking that whenever I see these empty red boxes, it's a place I'm supposed to type, which is true. But also, some of these places have red boxes, and they aren't places for us to type. They're just containing other information. So, my only suggestion would be for the designer of this, or if someone were to copy it and use it, and all of these you guys can do that with, would simply be to make changes to things that are content. Maybe let's change those to a different color, like green and whatnot. So that way, there's a thematic design approach to everything that the students engage in, where they can easily identify, even in this case from the previews off to the left-hand side, as to the kinds of activities that they would expect to see there. So again, this is just a sample. We found it on the hyperdocs.co website. Feel free to go there, click on Find Samples. All of these are free for you to make copies of, use as you want, modify, and so on. Happy hyperdocking to you all.